Most business owners have wrestled with imposter syndrome. It's very common, and the ones who push through and succeed are the ones who don't wait for the confidence to show up. They take action, being afraid, with courage, and that's what builds the confidence that they were looking for. I'm so glad, Dr. Sabrina, to talk about this on our episode today, because all of our clients that we work with have some level of imposter syndrome. And as we dig into this, I have a personal experience to share. So last weekend, I got my hair cut. And I'm talking, it was like, 13, 14, 15 inches cut. And all of my life, I have had long hair. I cut it once and things didn't go very well for me. But the entire time between growing up and as an adult, my hair has just been my thing. And here I just hit 50 and I'm ready for this change. And I wanted this new haircut. And I thought, how is it going to be received? And what are people going to be thinking? And they're going to be looking at me. And how can I be this bold and have the confidence to do just that thing that I want to do? So I decided to just step out with courage and do the thing and not care whether it was successful or care what other people thought about it, and just do where my heart was leading me to. And I am so glad that I took that leap, because it's fun and I feel free. And even if fortunately things went splendidly, my hairdresser did it and exactly how I asked her to. And the result was transformative and amazing. Even if it had not been, I know my hair would just grow back and I would do something else new. So that really got me thinking about all of the times that I hear our clients share this imposter syndrome, and my heart just goes out to them, because we see how amazing and phenomenal they are. We see what makes them unique, and we want them to step out in courage and take risks and take chances. But first, they have to believe it for themselves. So, Dr. Sabrina, can you just take a moment to speak to that? What have you experienced through the years with our business owners?
Oh my gosh, there's so many ways that we play small because of fear and anxiety. And we want to kind of hide out and not speak our truth, not share our messages about especially our passion for why we do what we do as business owners and why our businesses even exist. Because we worry that our team members might judge us, or the general public might judge us, our clients or customers might judge us. And in my experience, what I've learned is it comes back to the small steps forward, taken in a consistent direction, lead to big change over time. Every time we do hard things, and hard for me may not be hard for someone else. Okay, so I just want to clarify. It's all relative. So whatever feels hard for you, whenever you do it, and whether you succeed or not doesn't matter. That's the key. Is you may mess up, but the simple fact that you took a step forward and you did it, that builds the confidence. And think about confidence as like those little tiny Lego blocks that you had as a kid, and you would stack one on top of the other. That's how these small acts of courage, when we just show up and express ourselves in our most authentic way, that's how we start building that confidence.
Yeah. It's really about the journey more so than even what it is we want to accomplish. And when we set out to do new things, we learn so much about ourselves, about others, about our business. And the journey is the most beautiful part. Mm-hmm. So we step back and release the outcome that we're looking for, and have joy in those small moments that build resiliency, that build perseverance, that build these beautiful outcomes in our business, because we just need to sit in that moment of growth. Mm-hmm. And business owners, that's the hard thing to do because we're trained to see and show tangible results.
Yes.
So I would love to know, you just delivered a TED Talk last year, and that's a phenomenal milestone achievement in your career.
Mm-hmm.
What did it take to build that courage to be able to get on that stage?
It's really ironic that you're asking me this because I just had a phone call yesterday with a TEDx speaker who will be speaking in October. And, we talked about nervousness and anxiety and it, that is it. I think we look at people like people who've written books, TEDx speakers, so things is all we all had to build to that, and there were so many setbacks getting there. So when I gave that TEDx talk, I was really focused on I just want to give this talk because the message needs to be out there. So I quit focusing on me and my nerves, and I showed up from a place of I'm here to serve. And as long as I know that I'm here to serve and my job is to take care of that audience, the live audience that was in front of me, and make everyone comfortable and curious about the message so that they would hear it, that really was just like, okay, if I screw up, if I say something out of order or I miss a section of my talk because it just flew out of my mind, that is okay because the main purpose is to serve. And so that took all the performance expectation off of me. And that is a big piece of the imposter syndrome, is the performance expectation that we put on ourselves. And just to kind of break this down into terms that we can all understand, I dropped my daughter off for sixth grade, first day of sixth grade this morning. And her anxiety, Melissa, was about her hair, was one. And two, she's worried about forgetting one of her school supplies and getting a pink slip.
Oh.
And she said she had a nightmare last night about getting a pink slip. And, we can all kind of laugh about that, but in her mind, that's huge, like really bad to get a pink slip. And so what I said to her is, well, what happens when you get a pink slip? Well, nothing. And I said, what do you mean nothing? And she said, well, you have to get 4 and then you have to eat lunch with the teacher. And I said, oh, so like there's a long runway here for mess ups before you really have a severe consequence. And she said, yeah. And so I said, just focus on that. Like if you forget something, it's okay. You just bring it tomorrow and you take your pink slip and you move on. We need to take our pink slips in life and just and really think through, okay, so what happens if I get up on that TEDx stage and I forget the first 10 sentences of my TEDx talk? Well, I'm going to stand there and everybody's probably going to feel uncomfortable for me, but then it'll come to me eventually and then I'm going to go on, right? And it's just going to life just keeps going. It does. And so we just take our pink slips, learn from it, and keep going.
I love this story. One thing that's really coming up for me is just taking the chance. Anytime you're feeling like, who am I to do this? Why me? When you feel called to do something and passionate about doing something, just take the leap of faith. And in the very beginning, you don't even really need to know the how you're going to do it. But if you just feel really called, then that's a dream in your heart because it's a purpose that's been created in your life. So just jump and don't worry about how you're going to get there or if you're the right person to do it. We need to do that more in our businesses and in our personal lives and just see what happens. About, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years ago, I completely started my life over. So I literally had my laptop and the clothes on my back. I moved states and started an entirely new life. And I had no idea what was going to happen from one moment to the next. And it was one of the best things that I've ever done, and the outcome was tremendous. And sure, there were learning moments and obstacles along the way, but by doing that, now I have so much resilience.
Yes.
And I have so much courage, and things that seemed big to me at one point are very minor now and small. And now I think, oh gosh, well, I can do this and I can do the next thing. So whether it's getting up on that stage or taking the chance of getting the pink slip, or starting something entirely new, it's really about having the courage when all of that self-doubt is creeping in to just take one step and then the next step and the next step.
Yeah. That we have learned from. So that TEDx talk was built on a pile of failures. 80 failed applications that I accepted for a TEDx talk, So pile of failures. And when you made that leap in your life and you made that change, there were hard times. There were moments you were scared to death. I mean, we had conversations, I remember, and you got through it. And that's the point, is you got through the hard things, and getting through the hard things has built your courage to be able to take on the next hard things or the next hard thing. But when we play small and when we stay, balled up and in our safe place, we are continually sending ourselves messages that we can't handle whatever the future wants to bring us. So when we step out there and we take these courageous acts and do the hard things, we are sending a message to the universe that I am ready. I can do the next big thing that you have in store for me.
That's beautiful. I just want to pause right there. Can you think of a time one of our clients took that leap and it just became something monumental? I'm putting you on the spot here because, there's 20 years of data to reflect back.
The first one that comes to mind is a client that I coached many years ago. And this was when I was doing still a combination of life coaching and business coaching and executive coaching. And she was very unhappy in her career. She had a great retirement option built up with the government if she stayed. She just had I think 3 more years, but every day was grueling for her. And she made the big courageous leap to leave her job, move across the country, and build an equine facility and start offering therapeutic riding, and has never looked back. I still see her pictures on Facebook and I cheer her on. And that's probably 18 years ago. That kind of decision, if she would have just played safe and small, she probably would have retired, and probably after a few years of retirement would have done something that was really what she wanted to do. But it's those 3 years that she would have suffered that she didn't suffer. And we tend to, we're when it comes to situations with work, we're like the frogs in the boiling pot of water. We think we can tolerate it and tolerate it and tolerate it. And when we jump out, we realize, oh, it feels so much nicer outside this pot of boiling water. Why did I keep myself in that situation for so long? So that's just one example. I see our clients, I think a real tangible example that comes up all the time is our clients when they are interviewing their top clients to identify the sweet spot of the business, and they're doing the wish list interviews. It takes so much courage to pick up the phone and make that first phone call, because there's the fear of, what if they don't like what I'm doing? What if they give me bad feedback? And these are my best clients. And what if they say something awful to me? They could. And really, that's the best thing, because then you'll know and you can do something about it, and we'll help you figure out what to do about it. You're not going to be on your own. You have support. So that is a situation where there's 9 times out of 10. I don't know that we've really ever had a client who said, "Oh, I can't wait to do these wish list interviews." But 9 times out of 10, when they do them, they get feedback that blows them away. That they didn't realize what they were doing that was having such an impact on their clients and customers. And it allows them to be able to use that information to go forward and really hone that sweet spot and deliver that better and more effectively and more intentionally to not just their best clients, but other clients, to attract more top clients into their business. So it can change the whole experience of business. And I want to bring this right into what's on business owners' minds right now, with especially for so many who are impacted by tariffs and it's impacting profitability. This is a critical time to be talking to your top clients and customers to understand where they see the value that you're delivering, because your only opportunity to remain competitive is by providing a very unique proposition to your top customers, and having that courage to go out there and talk to your clients is going to be key to how you strategically navigate and get to profitability or maintain current profitability.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I'm glad you brought up the wish list interviews. You don't need to be in isolation as a business owner. So maybe you listen to podcasts, you read books. That's not enough. You need to be in a community with other like-minded people who get you and who can remind you what you have to offer. We can see that. I just delivered a customized action plan for our newest client today. And one thing that we're focusing on heavily is sales. And immediately on my first call with him, I just saw the beauty in his heart and in his personality and the way that he delivers his service. And at the end of our call today, I said, the most impactful part of this program is going to be the transformation of your mindset. I see the value you bring into the world. I see the beauty that you bring into the world. I need you to see it. And it was just this moment of, aha, now I get it. Now I understand it. So aligning yourself with others is so very important. It's critical for you to just stay afloat as a business owner. So are there any other tidbits, Dr. Sabrina, any gold nuggets that you could share with our listeners about overcoming just the day-to-day mindset things that creep up running a business?
I think one of the things to remember is you're not alone, and the problems that you're experiencing in your business are not because of you. So there's always going to be challenges. Small businesses are complex, and we try with the Tap the Potential solution, we really reduce that complexity, because anytime you introduce complexity, there's going to be things that go wrong. So we really try to reduce the complexity in these small businesses as much as possible with the Tap the Potential solution. But nonetheless, you're dealing with people and customers and team members. There's complexity, and things are going to go wrong. And so your ideas of, this went wrong, these things keep screwing up, it must be me, I'm a terrible leader, and all that negative self-talk that gets going is very self-defeating. It gets us straight into the judger pit. And we need to remember that the challenges that are in front of us are because of the business growth we've experienced to this point. So I have a little sticky note on my desk that says August 2025, I got there. Because Tap the Potential runs without me. It can go on in perpetuity without me. And when I started this business 20 something years ago, and I was a brand new coach, and I just couldn't even, I never imagined having a whole team and a business and the way we offer our services and the impact that we've made, Melissa. I couldn't even fathom it. All I just wanted to do was have a business that would pay me and allow me to be there for my daughters. And I feel like wow, I finally done it. It took 20 years. And if I look back on all the mistakes that I made to get here, there's a lot of them. But what I remember is the challenges that we experience now are challenges I would have longed for when I was starting out. Like, if someone would have said, you know what is going to be hard is you're going to go through this phase where you have growth and you don't have enough team members. And so everyone is trying to figure out like how to optimize and be able, would have been like, oh, I can't even imagine like that problem because I was really focused on just figuring out how to get one client. And so pay attention to whatever challenge is in front of you and look for the gratitude in it.
Mm.
What do you have to be grateful for that's gone on that has created this challenge or this problem in life? And do it with the big and small things. Losing Ned, I have so much grief around that. But I also have tremendous gratitude that I had him in my life to have this grief around that. Look for what is the gratitude in the challenge? What is the blessing?
That's beautiful. So I want to bring this back to, as we wrap up, full circle. At the beginning, you shared something that is so key and aligned with all of our listeners because we are all servant-hearted leaders. And Donna Krebs said something to me. Donna's our client concierge years ago that has stuck with me, and I live by it. It's posted up by my desk. And she said, lead with your heart, not your head. Donna knows me, and she knows I'm just passionate to serve. And that's true for everyone tuning in. When you focus on the people that you're serving and the impact that you are making, courage is available for you to use to get through, to build you to the point that you are confident. So focus on who you're serving, focus on that gratitude, and just take the leap. Mm-hmm. Take the step forward and surround yourself with others who get you. And if you want to know what's holding you back right now, this is resonating with you, and you want to just have us tell you directly what is holding you back from accomplishing your goals, go to tapthepotential.com/assessment, fill out the assessment, and Caitlin will hop on a call with you, and she will support you on what your next step should be. Thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you next time on the Profit by Design podcast.